Welcome to the Audio Inc. Radio podcast, featuring interviews with the biggest names in rock and metal. Hosted by Anne Erickson.
Got Inc.? Head to audioinkradio.com and find exclusive artist interviews, Q&As, photos, contests, music news, and more. Whew, that's a lot of ink. It's audioinkradio.com.
What's up? It's Anne Erickson. As always, it's awesome to have you here on the podcast. And don't forget to hook up with me online. Twitter and Snapchat at Anne Erickson, Instagram at Erickson Ann. You can find me on Facebook at itsmeann.com. Finally, if you are rocking the podcast for the first time, first of all, thank you. Also, don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Always awesome to have Mark Tremonti on the show. Alter Bridge has a new record out, Walk This Sky, and we're going to talk all about it. So let's do it.
Hey, this is Mark Tremonti from Alter Bridge, and you're tuned into Audio Inc. Radio with Anne Erickson.
Hey, what's up, Mark?
How are you?
I'm great, thanks. And thanks so much for making the time to do this.
Oh, thank you.
You guys, of course, have a new album out, Walk the Sky, and you and Miles Kennedy have always had great musical chemistry. How crucial is that chemistry to Alter Bridge's sound?
Very important. You know, we've been writing songs now for, since 2004, I think it's been. So it's been a long time. I think we've learned a lot from one another as writers and musicians in general. We've always gotten along and had this shared vision.
What do you admire about Miles as a vocalist?
His dedication to his craft, I think, and the emotion he puts forth on his vocal performances in the studio and live. There's nothing phony about it. It's all very sincere and very believable,
One song I really love on the record is Godspeed. So tell me about the inspiration behind that track.
I had a dear friend of mine pass away last year, and that song was a tribute to him. Just kind of wishing him well on his new journey, and it's just probably my favorite track on the album.
Oh, no way. So I picked a good one to really love as well.
Yeah.
You sing leads on the track Forever Falling, which is really cool. Now that you've been singing with your band Tremonti for a while, how has that helped you when you sing lead on a track with Alter Bridge?
It just gives me the confidence to know I can do it. Back in the past, I'd be nervous. Now I look forward to singing. It's it's a good time. I like singing on stage. I sing karaoke. I do.
When you go out and about, you sing karaoke?
Oh yeah. Me and my buddy has a karaoke set up at his house. He's always having parties, and we always start the party off with some karaoke.
That's so cool. I've actually interviewed some musicians who are like great vocalists, and for some reason they can't do karaoke. They're like, I can't make it work.
A lot of great singers don't like doing karaoke. Miles doesn't like singing karaoke. But since I'm not really being judged as a singer as much as he is, I can get away with it.
Well, Wouldn't You Rather is doing really well at rock radio. Why did you guys go with that for your first single?
I think we had about 3 songs that we were juggling for the single, and then I think just the radio staff with the label said that was the one they felt best about, so we put our trust in them.
And you guys have a tour on the way with Skillet, of course, so what makes this a great fit for Alter Bridge to tour with Skillet?
Just a lot of overlap with the fans. Our fans enjoy them, and hopefully their fans enjoy us, and they're getting a lot of bang for their buck when they come out to see the show.
What do you dig about Skillet as a band?
I think they're great. They put on a killer show, big production, great songs. So I think the fans that we have that aren't too familiar with them are going to love it.
Alter Bridge is a band that is known as just being really killer live. How important is the live show to Alter Bridge's success?
Very important. That's why we do all this, so we can create these new songs that attach, that mean so much to people, and we can go perform them live. So it's kind of the addiction we have. Is
there any artist out there who you would really love to collaborate with, who you haven't with yet?
Probably my dream would be Metallica. They're my favorite band growing up, and that would be quite an honor.
Do you believe that rock and roll is in a good place?
I think it's getting in a better place. I think, it kind of, got to be more of a niche thing a few years back with the listeners, with the amount of people listening to it in the States, especially. But I think the last couple of years it's really turned around. So it's looking up.
Have you ever thought about Alter Bridge releasing an acoustic album? I feel like Miles Kennedy's voice would be perfect for that, obviously, judging by his solo stuff.
We've discussed it. It might be something that we do at some point. It's just a matter of timing.
So what is next for Alter Bridge into next year?
We're going to tour this year until the 21st of December. We end in London, and then we're going to go back out in the States in, I believe, February, and then hit Europe again next summer. We'll be touring all through next year with Alter Bridge, and then after that's when we go back into our other bands. Miles will go back to Slash, and I'll go back to Tremonti.
People always want to know if there's any chance Creed might release new music or tour again.
You never know. It's just another matter of timing. It's just, for the next year and a half, I'm going to be working hard on Alter Bridge and writing new music for Tremonti. And, if something comes along in the Creed camp, I never say never. Who knows? It's just to be able to do it all, it's just tough, so it's just a matter of how much spare time I have.
Yeah, I saw that the 20th anniversary of Human Clay is happening this month. What are your memories from that record? I can't believe it's been 20 years.
Yeah, I just remember hearing Higher on the radio for the first time, and everybody had said after My Own Prison that we're going to have the sophomore slump on our next record, and we're going to have to be, the one-hit record wonders and kind of disappear. And then Higher came out, and everybody had good things to say about it, and it was kind of exciting and turned into be our biggest song to date, and our biggest record ever, pretty much, for us. So, it meant, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now if it wasn't for that record.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's the cutting edge of new music and the forefront of rock. It's Audio Inc. with Anne.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Audio Inc. Radio podcast. Subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. Get inked online at audioinkradio.com. I'm Anne Erickson for the Audio Inc. Radio podcast.